So good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and I'm coming to you from Gaithersburg, Maryland. I am Dr. David Silverman, and I do these team phone calls together every week. He and I have been leaders in the company for several years. I've been a leader, one of the diamonds in the company for 9 years now, and David has been doing this business for about 7.5 to 8 years, I think it is. Anyway, David may be able to get on earlier. I just got a text from him. I didn't know he was gone again. But anyway, so I wanted to let everybody know that. And we have a team phone call so that we can meet each other, see each other, meet new people to the team, to have recognition happen, to have testimonials, and to have trainings. Tonight we're going to do something a little special as far as the training goes. So we're going to make the first part of this phone call short, and then at 9 o'clock Eastern, and that's 6 o'clock Pacific and every time in between, we're going to ask you just to try out a new team training, and that will be the training portion of this call. It's a global explanation of the Global Expansion Team Zoom is what they're calling it. And various leaders will host the call in a rotation with various topics, like the charge up call. The Zoom call will be half hour. The first 10 minutes are the wins for the week and recognition, followed by a 20-minute training. Tonight's Zoom training will be led by Danny Doyle with special guests Leland Duck and Kathleen, teaching and role-playing about three-way calls, also called conference calls. So don't miss it. And it is on a Zoom meeting number. I will type this in, so don't ask me to repeat it, but I'll just say it once. It's 850-850-8888. They tried to keep it very simple. I'll type that into the chat so you can get that. But so to keep ours a little shorter so you'll have a break in between, I'd like to first see if anybody has any testimonials at all. New testimonials that have happened.
Do you want any old ones?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I don't know if I've mentioned that I started brushing my teeth with Renew a few years ago. My teeth were loose and my gums burned like heck. And that's all gone.
Oh,
It was
perfect.
for a long time. And also I had something going on with my wrist. It hurt. So I took some of the serum. I put it on the inside of my wrist, where the elbow creases, and at the bone, where the two bones meet on top of the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It went away.
Wonderful.
Right. Felt good.
That is amazing.
That's it for now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. And I had a client tell me that she and her doctor had a conversation about getting hemorrhoid surgery. She said she sprayed the ASEA 3 times and it was a done deal.
Well, okay. So no surgery, or you mean
That's
after
right.
the surgery? No surgery.
No.
Oh, okay.
She didn't need it.
Perfect. Well, that was quick. Okay,
Debbie,
thank you
it's
for
Buffy.
sharing.
I'm driving, but I can share one.
Sure, Buffy.
Hey, so my husband is a wood carver, and he carves little figurines and
Have I stopped moving or no? Did Buffy go out? I think she did.
She's out.
Okay. All right. All right, Buffy, you just went out. Can you hear us? Buffy, can you hear us?
I think I lost the signal.
You did lose the
I can hear
signal.
you now.
All we heard is your husband is a wood carver.
Okay, all right. Do I have a decent signal now? Should I go ahead and continue?
Yes, you seem to. Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop and pull over here so I don't break up again. It's a really neat testimonial. So he's a wood
Okay.
carver, and he carves little figurines, and he uses really, really sharp hand tools and really sharp knives.
Yes.
And so he got a new knife the other day, and it's actually called a gouge. And the gouge is actually in a V shape. And so he was carving, and he shoved the gouge into his hand, and he says he shoved it in about 1.5 inches.
Oh gosh.
And he says, well, thankfully it was a new knife. But anyway, so, he pulls it out, and he always has a bag of very fresh cloths down there with him that are, good and clean. And so he wrapped that right around it, and he never wants to stop what he's doing. So he just continued doing what he was doing for a few minutes.
Oh my
But
gosh.
he says, I just rubbed a little bit of Renew on it, and just kept rubbing Renew on it, and kept putting the cloth on it to, so I could keep going. Well, he ended up slicing his thumb as well. So he had something going on 2 hands.
Oh no.
The gouge went into one, and then he sliced a superficial slice on the other. Now he ended up putting the Renew 28 on the gouge where the gouge went, the puncture where it went in 1.5 inches or so, and he did nothing on the thumb. And so he said, I'm laughing, but it's just his nature. So he says, I wanted to see what it would do. 3 days later, you can't even see where the gouge was. There's a tiny, tiny bit of bruising in that area, just a little bit of discoloration. And it doesn't look like there's been any improvement in the little superficial slice that's on his thumb. It's very, very funny. You can still see it. We can't even find where the gouge was. And he's like,
Wow.
I'm a believer.
Well, I think he was before that, but okay, good.
Yeah, he definitely was. But it was just really comical that that he just waited and he wanted to see, and the fact that he put it on the deeper, stronger one, because he did have a little bit of swelling, and I was rubbing it on later when he finally comes up 1.5 hours later, and he's like, I hurt myself again.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
So
Well, there's the power of redox, definitely.
yeah, exactly, definitely.
And I took one of the things I had to do today. My son's car died, and I had to take my son car shopping. And the owners of the car place are on ASEA, and they work with me in ASEA, and they have their manager on it for his daughter. The daughter literally was not given too long left to live. And the medicines and stuff that she is on is unbelievable. And all I can say is that he told me about her seizures and stuff because I asked how she was doing. And she was so bad, she wasn't out of bed for a very long time. And he was so excited. And luckily he was saying this in front of my son, that he keeps going up and up and up in the amount, and she keeps getting better and better. She's off some of her medicines. She only has a seizure maybe once a day now. And the big ones haven't come back in a while, but this is a girl who literally was about to die when the owner of the car place did it. And he actually told us also that his doctor had been watching all this, and he said, he came back in just last week and said, I've looked into your water and I've seen nothing but great scientific research behind it. So I'm going to suggest that you take her up in more of the amount that she's supposed to be taking. I think I went, are you kidding? And he goes, no, I think this is what's really been helping her. So the doctor himself told him to go up in the amount that his daughter was taking. So it was an amazing testimonial, because I know how really sick Barbara didn't expect her to live, or the owner of the shop didn't expect her to live. But anyway, so another just very powerful testimonial that I just heard today. So, all right. I am going to start doing recognition next week, because I've done it and they don't have everybody's name up on Mondays. They don't get official, like I said, until Tuesday. because people backdate things on Monday, and that's the one day to do it, and all this kind of stuff. So people do gain rank, and they don't show up until the next day. So I'm going to officially start doing it, and it will be for the week before, basically. And so I'll have the list and everything, but it won't be official until tomorrow. So I'm going to start going on Tuesdays and sending out my email recognition, and I'll have that list that we'll announce the week after. So I'm just going to go right ahead, since we're going to do the training on the other Zoom call tonight, and go into if anybody has anyone new on the phone call tonight, so that we can welcome them to the team. And if not, I'm going to tap dance and sing for you. So you better find some people. No, if anybody has anyone new, just unmute yourself and introduce your new person. Then
Get your tap shoes on.
yeah, exactly. I actually have them upstairs in my closet. Okay.
Debbie,
Yes.
it's I know there's a new member of our team that was hoping to join, but I don't see her on. So Janet, I'm not sure if she was able to make it on, but if she is, she can unmute herself. I don't see her name anywhere, so she might not have been able to get home in time.
I don't see a Janet on here unless she's on an iPhone thing or something.
Right. So we'll catch up with her next week, hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Well, I know there's been a ton of signups because I keep seeing them every single week. So I'll just say, make sure you're inviting your new people, even if they're just product users. This isn't just for people doing the business. This is for anybody, and especially if we start getting down exactly when we're going to be doing the welcome to the team call, portion of it, then we can have new people on, and then if we start making announcements and trainings and stuff, they can drop off if they want to. But they can at least get on and see what they want, share with us what they wanted to see with ASEA, tell us, ask any questions that they might have, and we could, get them started and welcome them, basically, even if they're a preferred customer. So make sure you're trying to get them on at least once so they see. Our team phone call, we're extremely lucky to have so many people who get on our team phone call every week. And I know it's for my tap dancing and singing, but so as right now we have 65 people on. So they can see, that this is much bigger than you just telling them about the product and stuff. They'll be able to see, and this is just a portion of our team, basically. So anyway, so make sure you're doing that. I'll ask, there's been some questions. I know the Earn to Convention is still going on, and people are, and that'll be going on till August 23rd, so you still have a few more days. So, it's all involving getting people signed up and how many points they come in with, basically, as far as their enrollment packs. So you still have time to earn your way to convention, in which you get 2 tickets at least. That's the bottom thing. 2 tickets and $250 travel expense, and you also get $50 for going to the swag. And if you just do a fast forward in, I guess, 5 days, 6 days, if you started right now, you'd probably be able to earn that, depending on where you are. So just don't forget the earn your way to convention thing. All right, are there any questions at all about anything that's come up for anybody? I get text questions every day.
I was wondering how old the daughter was or is that you were telling about.
I believe she was in her late 20s or early 30s.
Oh, so going through it a long time.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, way too young to have all that stuff happen. He was so excited though, and he started asking me about how much I think she should be taking. And I will tell this to people. If you've got people on ASEA and they've gone from 2 ounces, 4 ounces to maybe doubling it or something, and they're still not feeling something, if you can get them to drink I always say this, a whole bottle in a 2-day period, usually on the 3rd day, after they've gone through, any kind of maybe detox that they might even be thinking about going through. Usually on the 3rd day, they feel amazing. And again, I got this from Dr. Zach Bush down in Charlottesville, Virginia. He would do all of his patients that way, and he would show them what they're supposed to feel like. And then if they couldn't afford, he didn't want them to stay on that necessarily, but he would back them back down. But at least they knew what they were supposed to feel like and what they could feel like. And so then they could kind of regulate what they could take by what that is. So if you're having people who who haven't really felt anything, try that. Just, try with 1 bottle over a 2-day period. And for severe things like what she's got, I was telling him, what I do with people with very severe issues is I have them take 2 ounces every 2 hours from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. It's a half a bottle a day. But if they're severe and it could be life-threatening, then it's worth that. And it's been fairly successful in helping the body heal itself, because you are giving the body fresh, brand new redox molecules every 2 hours, which is their peak efficiency. And they're going again right to the cells, and they're detecting the damaged cells and reporting it to the immune system. And the immune system goes in and repairs or replaces. And so that's what's been happening for me. And I like to share that, especially for new people, although I guess there's not too many new people on, but just to let you know that you can take as much as you want if there's no lethal dose or anything like that. And sometimes the more you take, the better you feel until you know what you're supposed to be feeling like. So, okay. Well, I told David I could make it short and sweet tonight. So does anybody not have any questions? I'm going to encourage you again just to take a little break, maybe go get a snack or something to drink, some water or something, and to get on it'll be at the top of the hour, the other Zoom call. I'd like your feedback on it. I'd like to know if you liked it, if you liked the format, because they're going to start doing this. Some of them are going to start doing this every single week at 9 o'clock Eastern. And so I'd like a feedback as to what you guys think of it, because we don't want you on our team phone call for an hour and then another half an hour. That's a long time. So want to try to figure out, if we want to do the team phone call maybe at 8:30 and then go on to this at 9, depending on what you guys feel and what you guys like. If you really like it, I'd love the feedback. And if you don't care for it, I'd like that feedback too. So I'm just going to ask you for that. And let me type my email address in here for anybody who doesn't have it. And it's virtually my first 2 initials, D and S as in Sam, and then Wetzler, my last name, @gmail.com. So if you could send me feedback on this first Zoom, I would love to have it. Because we've been discussing whether to do it or not on our mastermind call. So Sylvie, do you have any announcements or anything?
I do.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Yes, Sylvie?
Announcement, yeah, Wednesday we're having our meeting like every Wednesday. Now there is an easy way to reach it. It's called, I'm going to type it, direct rather than give number, which I can never remember. découvriracea.com. Of course, découvrir, it's French, so here we go. And also, I put available for everybody, I had subtitles made for the compensation plan and the director bodies as well that fast forward with the subtitle in French. So if it's on ASA United, and I believe they're going to put it on the back office.
Oh, okay, perfect.
For the French community. Just a little thing, the fast forward for Europe doesn't have the fast forward plus. So if you send the translation for the Canadian, French Canadian, they have the plus, but this doesn't have it. So just a little difference, but I believe they're working on maybe having this program for everybody. So that may be announced, I don't know. Maybe was not supposed to, but
So Europe does not have a fast forward plus.
no, Europe
Okay.
just
All right.
the basic. They cannot select the date either. It's really basic.
Okay.
But it was necessary to have this compensation plan in French because
Okay.
it make our life much easier.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. And I took a picture of that, so I'll have it since I don't speak French. I wish I did. All right, Elisa, you had an announcement too, you said?
Yeah, I just want to announce that on Wednesday, September 4th, Sean Drebin is making a presentation at Total Wine in Woodland Hills. That was something Sylvie started.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, I'm glad he's carrying it on because I know he does a good job. I've seen him before do a presentation.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Also, what I forgot to let you know, the No in 10 Minutes from David is also translated. And which one is it? It's How to Take the Product Properly. I forgot the name. I also did on subtitle. So I believe I put it on ASA United. You can find it. And hopefully.
So where do you have all this? It's on your Facebook page? Your French one?
I have it on my group. I publish it on the Pourquoi ASEA Redux.
Right, okay.
Put it on ASA United for everybody to benefit.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
I mean, I pay for it, so this is for, I get little credit of translating everything.
Great, okay. So you translated David talking.
Yeah.
That must have been time consuming.
Just me. I need someone to do it. It's just translating text takes forever. So subtitle, I don't have time for that. But and I have Lydia Lube who's here. She's an IT, and she's been helping me to do those little corrections. So kudos for Lydia for giving me also some of her time to help me because. Let me tell you, technology, it's little over my head.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Well, that's really neat. I know Ivani, who's not usually on our team phone call due to her schedule with her wellness center, she's translated several things into Chinese. So if people have things that they need in Chinese, and she says she's going to be doing some of her Chinese trainings again on Saturday mornings. So anyway, I will let you know about that as soon as I find out about it more. If you have anyone, because I know there's a lot more Asians that are coming in, especially in the Philippines, but they don't speak Chinese. But anyway. So we're going to be finding out, there's some issues I found out from the Philippines. I'll be finding some of that stuff out, and I'll be reporting on that again next week. If you've got people in the Philippines, or if you've got people interested who are in the Philippines. So I'll kind of report. They still don't have the Renew 28 that they're being allowed to ship. To get an enrollment pack. So I'd really like to find out when they anticipate, because they supposedly sent that at least a week and a half ago, and so it should be there by now. So I just have to do some checking on things to find out what's been happening. So anyway, I will have some more stuff to report definitely next week. I apologize wasn't expecting to be out of my house all day. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go because it's 28 after. Please take the time, just this once at least, to go on again at 9 o'clock. I'll be there with you, so we can look to see what the global team Zoom call is, and if you like it. Okay? Greatly appreciate you all. Love you very much, and I'll see you in a half an hour. Bye-bye.
Good
And
night.
I will unmute everybody.
Okay.
So good night. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
She called me up. She said, "Why are you leaving and coming? You're so successful. Where did you go here?" And I said, "No, I got